was our universe created? What exactly is the beginning of time? Do we all come from a single source, or is it more complicated than that? These are fundamental questions we have been asking since the dawn of time. Today, thanks to the progress in the field of physics, we have a reasonable theory that provides us with some answers. This is the Big Bang Theory. 13.7 billion years ago, a tiny singularity exploded. Everything we know of today, matter, energy, space and time, were created from this explosion. Our universe was created from a single infinitely hot dense point, and it began expanding rapidly. It is still expanding, as we speak, but at a much more measurable rate. As time passed, our universe began to cool down, and it reached a stable sufficient temperature for the electrons to form neutral atoms. Once the neutral atoms formed, light was finally allowed to shine through. We now call this afterglow the cosmic microwave background radiation, or the CMBR. It is a type of radiation that completely fills our universe, and can be detected in every direction. This is the earliest radiation detected by our astronomers. After the initial inflation of the universe, two stages occurred: the radiation era and the matter era. The radiation era took place first, as cosmic background microwave radiation started to fill up the universe. It lasted for 50,000 years after the initial explosion. This era is composed of smaller stages called epochs. 8 epochs were formed during this era: Planck, grand unified, inflationary, electroweak, quark, hadron, lepton and nuclear. The Planck epoch was the first epoch in the radiation era. No matter existed during this point. There was only energy and the superforce. The superforce is known to be the ancestor to all of the four fundamental forces of nature we know today: gravity, strong, weak and electromagnetic. At the very end of this stage, gravity split away from the superforce, and the grand unification epoch took place. When the grand unification epoch ended, the strong nuclear force broke away and the next epoch in the radiation era took place. After the grand unified epoch, the inflationary epoch followed. The universe rapidly expanded during this time. Since it was extremely hot and dense, atoms could not form under those conditions. Then came the electroweak epoch. The electromagnetic and weak force finally split off from the superforce. This epoch marked the beginning of our universe. As all four fundamental forces split off from each other, our universe began to form. We then entered the Quark Epoch. Even though all of the universe's main forces were present, it was still too hot and dense for any subatomic particles to form. As our universe began to slowly cool down, we entered the Hadron Epoch. This was the stage in which all of the quarks, antiquarks and electrons were able to bind together to form protons and neutrons, the basic building blocks of atoms. The last two stages of the radiation era are known as the lepton and nuclear epoch. The protons and neutrons fused together to create nuclei. Due to nuclear fusion, 2 protons, 2 electrons and 2 neutrons came together to form the first ever element in our universe, helium. This marked the end of the radiation era. Next came the matter era. As the name suggests, matter began to dominate our universe. 3 main epochs took place in this era: atomic, galactic and stellar. The atomic epoch was the first stage to occur after the radiation era. Continuing the nuclear fusion process, the second element in our universe was created: hydrogen. The hydrogen along with helium painted the universe with atomic clouds. Then came the galactic epoch, in which galaxies first started to form. Inside those galaxies, stars were created. The last and final epoch that made the universe the way it is now was the stellar epoch. The stellar epoch paved the way to the evolution of our galaxy. It is still ongoing to this day. The formation of stars and galaxies helped shape the universe we know now. As the process of nucleosynthesis occurred, all the remaining elements in our universe were formed. This gave life to everything on our planet: plants, animals and you. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button and share the video. Do subscribe for more daily content like this.